Good evening. It's the first Tuesday show of this spring semester, and it's been a cloudy one today.
Oh yes, you still see those overcast skies like we saw yesterday. So thankfully, that's going to be moving out later on in Wednesday and going into Thursday.
I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis.
I'm city meteorologist Jay Kimball.
And as we said, the clouds are going to break up for tomorrow, but there's more rain on the way.
Yes, there's more rain on the way, and that means colder weather will be associated with the rain coming on Thursday into late Friday.
Yeah, it won't be like we had just a couple of weeks ago with the frozen fountains and that sort of thing, but we will be going back down to the 30s.
Yes, but again, you're seeing a lot more sunshine associated, so thankfully it's going to be not as cold because of the sun coming in.
Yeah, don't worry about your weekend plans. We're going to be heading back up temperature-wise for the weekend, back into the 60s.
Yes, I'm very excited about that because I'm like me from South Florida, so I like hot weather.
Yeah, and there's going to be no rain in the forecast for the weekend, and then as we head into Monday, we're going to still be in the 60s. It's not going to be until the middle of next week where we start to worry about the weather again.
Yes, I know a lot of places up north can see a lot more colder weather as well. They're seeing a lot more advisories and a lot more warnings. Yeah,
we'll get into that later in the show, but there are a couple storms crossing the country right now, one in the Carolinas and then one out in the Four Corners region.
Yes, indeed. A lot more storms mean a lot more weather coming our way.
Yeah, that storm system out of the Four Corners region will be heading our way, but for now we're going to take a look at the local weather with Melanie now.
Thank you, John. We're actually going to do a quick overview just before we jump into our local. But now currently we're sitting at 63 in Tallahassee. We're seeing overcast conditions. It's very cloudy, very muggy, very sticky. And those cloudy conditions are going to be sticking around. But tomorrow the sun will make its way out. Taking a look at our satellite and radars, we just have all these clouds draped across Florida, and they're moving down south into South Florida, so they're going to be seeing those clouds too. Now, taking a look at your weather headlines, the clouds are going to be sticking around tonight and tomorrow morning. The rain will be returning Thursday, so make sure Thursday you have those umbrellas. But for the weekend, we're going to have plenty of sunshine. We're going to be seeing those warmer temperatures, warmer in the 60s, and with the sun, it's going to be nice conditions going around for your weekend. Tonight, we're going to be sitting at 50 degrees. There's a 20% chance of showers, so if you have any nighttime plans, there's no need to cancel them, or it's going to be muggy and wet. Again, the clouds will prevail. It's going to be another cool, seasonable night, but now we're going to take it back to the desk.
Thank you, Melanie, for that lovely forecast, as always.
Yeah, the main trouble spot, at least for the eastern half of the country right now, is across the Carolinas and the Virginias as well.
Yes, you're going to see a lot more freezing rain and drizzle as well, so they make the roads quite slippery, so expect some travel delays because of the freezing rain and drizzle.
Yeah, if you're heading to places like Charlotte, Roanoke, maybe even New Bern, North Carolina, some of the places like the Great Smoky Mountains could get in on snowflakes as well.
Yes, same places like northern South Carolina as well. They're seeing a lot more storms coming in.
Yeah, they're worried about actually some freezing rain accumulations across the northern parts of South Carolina and into the Great Smoky Mountains as well.
Yes, indeed. So those temperatures are going to be skyrocketing down again, but thankfully they're going to see a little bit more of a warm up, probably 5-10 degrees after that.
Yeah, as we head into this weekend, the same warm up that we'll have here in the Big Bend area, they'll see up across the Carolinas as well.
Yes, indeed. But for now, let's take it over to Melanie with our first local forecast.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, we had a really cloudy and just gloomy day today in Tallahassee. Right now we're sitting at 63, overcast skies, the cloudy conditions, and the clouds are here to stay, so just be ready for that. But now taking a look at the rest of the Big Bend, it's 59 in Quincy, 62 in Wilma. We're seeing relatively cool temperatures in the high 50s and low 60s, and our temperatures are going to continue to drop as we reach those overnight hours. Now looking at our satellite and radar, we have all this cloud cover just affecting the whole southeast region, and those clouds are going to be hanging around, and all this green on your water vapor map is moisture. The more green is, the more moist the air in the environment, in the atmosphere is. So we're seeing very moist conditions. It's going to be sticky, it's going to be muggy, and that's just going to be sticking around for the next day. So tonight we're going to be seeing a humid night, cloudy conditions, maybe the chance for a drizzle, not too much, but looking into Wednesday morning, we're going to be getting a northerly flow, and that's going to be giving us some cool morning temperatures. And the clouds are going to start to clear out. Looking at our Tallahassee region, there are no clouds to be seen for Wednesday night around 6 p.m. But however, as we get into Thursday morning, the clouds will return. And as we move into Thursday night around 6 p.m., that's when we're going to start to see those showers impact our area. There's a 40% chance of rain, so just be careful for Thursday night. Tomorrow, it may not be the best beach day, but if you want to go to the beach, it's going to be 2 to 3 feet surf, and the UV index is 6, so that's relatively high. So if you do go, make sure sure to have the hat, the glasses, the sunscreen. Protect yourself from the sun and make sure to stay safe. And it's going to be another similar story for on the water. Protected waters, light chop. Again, the weather conditions may not be the best. There's going to be some clouds, but if you're lucky enough to get out to the water, you may want to take advantage of that. Tonight, though, we're going to be sitting at 50. There's a small chance of showers, only 20%. It's going to be muggy, wet, humid, cloudy skies, so it may not be the best night to go out if you have nighttime plans. Tomorrow, we're going to be sitting at 61. The sun will emerge. It's going to be partly cloudy, so it's not going to be as gloomy as it was today. It's going to be another cool, seasonable day, sitting around the 60s. But taking a look at the week ahead, we have a 10% chance for Wednesday night, and that is into Thursday, which is going to have a 40% chance of rain. And by the weekend, we are warming up into the 60s, the mid to high 60s, and the sun is going to be making its way out. So it's going to be more favorable conditions. And Monday is Martin Luther King Day, so we have school off. So we have a great 3-day weekend ahead of us. We have the sun, the warmer temperatures, and it's just going to be an overall nicer feel to our weekend. We just have to get past that little road bump in Thursday. But now, Shane, let's take a look around the southeast.
Thanks, Melanie. And change is in store for us. Before we get warmed up, we've got to cool down a little bit, and that's what this map shows us here. We've got a temperature decrease of 13 degrees Fahrenheit here in Tupelo, down 7 degrees in Montgomery from where we were yesterday. And this is part of a cool down that's going to be coming our way over the next 36 hours before things finally warm back up for the weekend. Right now in the capital, it's 63 degrees. Looking around at our neighbors, Montgomery's down at 50, Atlanta already at 45, and there in Tupelo, 34 degrees. There's that blast of cold air we were speaking of, which we're going to come back to on the desk later on tonight. Anyway, for right now, here's our dew points, and this indicates the moisture in the air like Melanie was talking about, and it's moist here in Florida, that's for sure. Dew point of 64 degrees in Orlando, 69 in Miami, 55 here in Tallahassee. It's a little drier, a little more comfortable, and bone dry, 28 degrees there in Tupelo. The higher the number, the more moisture in the air. And now for a look at all that moisture here on our water vapor map. We've got these bands of green moving westward or across Florida from Tallahassee. They're moving off to the coast right now. And a general trend from the west to the east overall across the whole southeast. As this moisture pushes out, leaving those dry patches there, this colorless region over Tupelo is exactly what I was talking about, what the dew point map indicated. The same motion can be seen on our satellite and radar here. We've got bands stretching from Atlanta down to Tallahassee. That's was responsible for that gloomy, cloudy weather we saw out there today. But hold on your hats, there's a change in store, and I think we're going to like this one. But we've got to get through some cooler temperatures first, and it's going to remain humid. Little chance of rain over this evening, but then the northerly air pushes that cool air out of the north, and we're going to have some chilly temperatures. Besides, it's going to be a good time to break out those jackets once again. Maybe not the parkas we needed last week, but a sweatshirt, a scarf, whatever keeps you comfortable. And we're going to have a clear night on Wednesday, which is going to allow for it to get even cooler. And then we get the clouds returning on Thursday. This is going to be signaling the big change where temperatures finally take a turn for the warmer. But we've got to get through that rain to get there first. And we're going to kind of sit through that, watch it this week. Just keep the umbrella handy. Get a collapsible one, stow it on your backpack. That's the best advice for this. But some specific temperatures in the forecast. We've got 51 tonight in Tallahassee, 38 in Montgomery, 22 out there in Little Rock. They're very chilly out there. And then tomorrow we're going to be climbing up to 63 degrees, right about average in Tallahassee. Quite cooler though, Little Rock only getting up to 44 degrees. And tomorrow night we're going to get cold again, quite cooler here in Tallahassee. We'll be getting down to 42 degrees with Montgomery flirting with the freezing mark. And now let's send it back to Jay and John to talk about a satellite story.
Yes, indeed, Shane. We're talking about some a drought satellite that's being launched by NASA this month.
Yeah, it's called the Soil Moisture Active Passive Satellite. It's going to be measuring basically soil moisture right at the surface, right?
Yes, indeed. It's supposed to be measuring soil moisture about 2 feet from Earth. So, and soil moisture is the critical component for a lot of drought severity.
Yeah, soil moisture, if you look at all the droughts we've had over the Pacific Southwest over the last couple of years, it's the cracked ground, there's no moisture there, whereas the contrast being here across the eastern parts of the United States, that moisture goes down and allows some shower activity as well.
Yes, indeed. So thankfully with the satellite being sent out this month, it's going to track a lot more of that moisture in the area. So we have better better map of what's going on with the drought for most places and areas.
And there's plenty of moisture here this time of year. We're going into a dry season, but we're not quite there yet. We have some rainy days ahead, even in the National. Shane?
Thanks, guys. And we are indeed dealing with rainy days, or snowy days, really. That's what the focus is going to be here. We've got two major systems fronting the country right now. We've got a lot of snow over the Carolinas and the Virginias right now, a little bit over the Great Lakes, and a big snowmaker out here over the Rocky Mountains. I'll be zooming in on each of these in turn. Let's take a look at the Great Lakes region right now. We've got a fair amount of snow earlier today in Chicagoland, north into Wisconsin, and another band of snow coming out of South Dakota into the Minnesota region. And we've got a fair deal of lake effect snow, not too much there, south of Detroit near Buffalo. But now let's turn our attention to the west. We've got this big snowmaker here over the Four Corners region, which is bringing snow to large portions of the Rocky Mountain region, and even a little rain down there in the warmer regions of the desert near Phoenix, and some wintry mix there as well. And with all this wintry weather comes a good deal of warnings, watches, and advisories, and I'll be bringing some information on each of these in turn. Got so many going on right here that I had to write down the times that they expire. Our purple warnings here are winter weather advisories, and those are set to go until 8 o'clock tonight in Utah and Colorado, until 1 o'clock tomorrow in the New Mexico region. Pink here indicates winter storm warnings. These are more serious conditions for winter weather, and those are set to go until the same times in the aforementioned regions. And we've got similar information here over the Carolina region as well. We've got another set of winter weather advisories here, which go until Wednesday at 9 a.m. tomorrow until noon in the far eastern Carolina region, which will take longer for this system to get out of. This pink splotch down here, that's different. That's a freezing rain advisory, which is also set to expire at noon tomorrow. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. We've got that blast of Arctic air coming in. It's currently 13 in Minneapolis and 9 in Detroit, and a little warmer still, 36 out there in Albuquerque, with just a few fringes of nice, comfortable temperature on the coastal regions. We've got all this moisture here that's stirring up the snow over the Rocky Mountains right now. And now for some numbers about tonight's forecast. We're going to see a change in store from the 6 degrees in Minneapolis, 3 in Detroit. That's just bone chilling. I can't stand any of that. And 51 here in Tallahassee, 69 in Miami, the warm spot as always. And tomorrow we're going to climb up to highs of 19 in Minneapolis, 18 Detroit, 29 there in Boston, 63 here in Tallahassee. Can't say I'm complaining about those comfortable temperatures, nor Albuquerque, which is getting up to 44, and 67 there in Phoenix. Now to bring things back home, let's hand it off for the local 2 with Jonathan.
All right, we're going to talk about warmer temperatures. You talked about the colder temperatures. We're going to now head down towards the south, down across the south and east. It was the story of the day here. It was the clouds across the area. Not a whole lot of shower activity across the Big Bend area, but plenty of clouds. Looks like they're finally starting to break as we head towards, or just after sunset now. So your chance for seeing that sun today has vanished, but the moon will be out tonight. And I think you're going to be able to see it, especially across our Georgia counties through this evening. Temperatures held up today. 65 was the high today, 63 right now here in the capital city, 62 degrees in Perry, 59 right now in Valdosta, 50s across Georgia, and 60s across Florida for the most part. Quincy being at 59, the cool spot in Florida. 9 degrees out of the north. This has been the story. This is going to bring in a little bit of cooler air as we head into tomorrow's forecast, bringing high temperatures down just a degree or two. Not a whole lot of change, but the clouds will be with us. And that's because of this stream of moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico and across most of the southeast. Atlanta clouded today, as well as Savannah. Finally starting to clear up by the weekend. That's the good news for us all. But there's plenty of moisture coming in from the west. The jet stream just down towards our south. A fast-moving ribbon of air basically parked right across the northern Gulf Coast, dragging in clouds across the south and east. That's going to be the story, and unfortunately this is going to set up like a train track, and that's going to bring in a lot of shower activity as we head into Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening, and then finally getting everything out of here as we head into the weekend for that forecast this weekend on the 3-day weekend. Humid conditions until then, though. This low pressure center from yesterday is going to get out of the area. Some shower activity possible tonight, but those shower chances are starting to decrease now. Cool conditions are starting to drain in from the north around high pressure. but that even still is going to be pushing off towards the east. We're going to clear out a little bit tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, but those clouds quickly come back in to the forecast as that train track brings in the next bucket of rainfall as we head into Thursday afternoon into the evening. Plenty of clouds. I think this is probably overdoing it just a bit on the rainfall. This batch of rainfall will be coming in from the Big Bend over towards the northeastern part of Florida and southern Georgia on Thursday. If you're heading out on the water through the next couple of days, it's going to be windy a little bit for tomorrow, and then a little bit more so on Thursday. If you want to head out this weekend. 2 to 3 foot waves tomorrow. Protected waters will have a light chop. The sunset almost 6 o'clock now, becoming a little bit longer during the evening hours now. 50 degrees for tonight's forecast. Again, maybe a shower or two, not really a huge rule of the forecast. Those clouds will be breaking up, maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning, but again, not a huge problem tomorrow morning. 61 degrees for your high tomorrow with a north wind at 5 miles per hour. And this is how we're looking for the next 7 days. A little bit of bump in the road there on Thursday, but warming up towards the middle part of the weekend. 66 degrees on Sunday, and then 64 for Martin Luther King Day. But we're going to head back in history now, back towards an ice storm in 1994.
Thanks, John. Yep, we've got a chilly segment for this day in weather history on FSU Weather. We've got 1994, indeed, an ice storm, a rather rare southern ice storm from Texas to Mississippi, caused a great deal of damage, totaling in the millions.
Yeah, it actually totaled up to $18 million of damage, so you can imagine how much damage they saw from that ice storm.
It's remarkable. We've also got, turning it back 125 years to 1888, Fort Keogh in Montana received a temperature of negative 65 degrees. That's Fahrenheit here near Miles City.
That's actually one of the lowest U.S. temperatures ever recorded in history.
Yeah, and it feels like we're trying to break those records around the country right now, but we'll have more on that later. For now, let's send it off to an area that's not so cold. It's around Florida with Jay.
Yes, indeed, Shane. It's quite warm all across the Sunshine State. You see 77 in Key West. I'm very jealous of them. They're probably one of the hottest temperatures on the map right now. Same thing with West Palm Beach. There are seeing a couple of showers still in the area because of the cold front that got stalled out over the central and southern parts of Florida. But for our area, you're already seeing 60 degrees in Tallahassee and 53 in Pensacola. We're going to be seeing that a little more later on in the week, but I'll get to that in just a bit. Satellite radar, this rain that we saw yesterday is starting to slide out over the Sunshine State. So we still see some overcast skies over Tallahassee, but for the rest of Florida, you are seeing a lot more rain. But again, that's going to be moving out later on in the week, going into Friday and Saturday. Weather map shows that as well. You're starting seeing a lot more moisture in the area that's starting to slide out again as well for the Sunshine State. Let's take a little bit more picture look on South Florida and along South Florida as well. You're seeing a lot more rain starting to push its way out. You're seeing another band coming through later on Tuesday into Wednesday, but again, that will be coming out later on in the week. For the radar, we're going to take a look around the Sunshine State for just a bit. For right now, you're not seeing no rain just yet, but again, you're going to see a lot more spotty showers in the area going into Wednesday. But if you're in the northern east part of Florida, you're not seeing no rain at the moment, but again, that will be coming in later on in the week. South Florida, you're not seeing no rain at all. You're seeing a couple spotty showers here in Naples and Fort Myers, however. So again, that's not going to be lasting too long, as you're seeing a lot more sunshine and a lot more clouds coming in later on in the week. So all across Sunshine State, you're seeing a couple spotty showers over in South Florida, but not too much. Futurecast, I'm going to show you just what I mean about all the rain that's going to be coming in. Tuesday, it is quite humid. You're starting a lot more spotty showers. But when we go into Wednesday, you're seeing a lot more showers and a lot more cooler air coming into the picture from the north. So you're seeing a lot more cooler air, a lot more rain associated with that as well. When we go into Thursday, you're seeing a lot more clear skies. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for our area, you're going to see a lot more sunshine, but you're going to see a lot more cooler conditions as well. For tomorrow, if you're going to go out anytime tomorrow, it will be quite a muggy morning, 51 degrees. So by the time it hits noon, it's going to be some clearing, 57 degrees overall. But by the time it hits 5 o'clock, you can see some pleasant conditions and 60 degrees all around. So later on into Wednesday night. Tonight's forecast, you're seeing 51 degrees in Tallahassee, 51 in Jacksonville, 62 in Tampa. So quite a change in degrees going from Pensacola, which is 42, all the way down to Key West, which is 70. Again, I'm very jealous of Key West. they are seeing some lovely temperatures. And 78 for tomorrow for Key West. 63 in Tallahassee. That won't be lasting too much longer because we are going to see a lot more colder conditions coming to the area later on into Wednesday and into Thursday. But for more look around what's happening around winter weather, let's take over to John.
Yeah, it's been a little bit on the cool side here in the Big Bend area, and it's cool off just a little bit over the last day or so. But there are two storm systems across the country. The first one is off towards the west, and I'll get to that in just a second. But there's another one just off towards our north, actually bringing in a few flurries across southern Virginia and northern North Carolina. I want to talk about that first system off towards our west. And there's just a couple of flurries falling across the Four Corners region, 31 degrees and cloudy in Denver. And in between Denver and Albuquerque is where we are seeing some of those flurries falling across that area. Cortez is right in the middle of that in southwestern Colorado. Seeing in these pink areas, that's a winter storm warning. That's 5 to 9 inches of snowfall above 4 or 5,000 feet. Down into the Albuquerque area, we're seeing a winter weather advisory, a few flurries, causing some travel troubles across that area. Across the Four Corners region, this storm system is moving off towards the east, and you can see some of these flurries. Low pressure center parked just southeast of Salt Lake City. This is going to push off towards the east. This is going to be our storm system as we head into Thursday. It's going to push off towards the south and east and towards the Big Bend area as we head into Thursday afternoon. Rain showers falling down towards Phoenix. Heading off towards the east now, I want to take you back to the winter weather advisories here across most of North Carolina. Winston-Salem and Raleigh both seeing some snow showers as we head into the evening hours. Not quite yet. Most of those snow flurries are falling across southern Virginia right now, mainly across US 58 right now. These snow flurries are going to fall just as far south as US 74, but the real travel troubles are going to be in this pink area. That's a freezing rain advisory. That's for accumulation of ice. That's when the roads become very icy and slick as we head into the evening hours, and that'll be late tonight into tomorrow morning because those temperatures are still quite warm. 34 in Winston-Salem, 33 above freezing in Roanoke. Some snow flurries falling across southern Virginia right now, but that freezing line is going to plunge down into northern South Carolina during the overnight hours to near 31 across Florence as well as Spartanburg in South Carolina. You can see those snowflakes falling in Virginia, also near Blacksburg and Blackfield. In Jackson, also seeing some snow flurries there. All rain across the Carolinas, though, for the most part. Some rain showers falling near Florence right now. New Bern getting on some of that as well. As we head off towards the west, Milwaukee picked up about an inch of snow today. That is starting to taper off. Some lake effect snow there falling on the west side of the lakes in Chicago. Some snowflakes falling in Cleveland and in Detroit as well. That's starting to taper off as winds are starting now to come out of the west, cutting off the flow from the lakes. But the next storm system is coming in from the Sioux Falls area, starting to snow on the west side of Minnesota. That'll be pulling into Minneapolis over the next day or so. Next storm system got to head way out west into the Pacific Ocean. This is going to be coming in Thursday and Friday across the Pacific Northwest. And there's a lot more cold air to talk about across the Central Plains now. Shane and Melanie?
Thanks, John. Yeah, we've seen some record low temperatures this morning, or very near record. For instance, Pellston, Michigan woke up to negative 21 degrees this morning.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, nothing like that here in Florida, we're happy to say. And they're going to be seeing some chilly lows again tomorrow morning. Grand Rapids at -4, South Bend at -6, Cleveland at -2. But a change is on the way, we're happy to tell everyone.
Yeah, there's going to be some warmer conditions coming, so you're going to be getting out of those negative temperatures, and that's always a good thing, not waking up to sub-zero mornings.
Yeah, we may not be able to promise like beach weather or anything, we'll save that for Florida. But we've got some temperatures that everyone who's north of the Mason-Dixon line might just find more agreeable with some first time in several days sorts of temperatures we'll be seeing around here. For now, let's bring it home once more with Jay.
Thank you, Shane, once again. Again, it's going to see a lot more sunny skies later on in the week, but for now, we're going to have to deal with these overcast skies for today and into tomorrow, probably late afternoon Wednesday. Right now, it is 60 degrees. It's quite an overcast day like we've seen yesterday. So again, the sun will be coming out later on in the week, but I'll get to that in just a bit. Currently around the capital city, you're seeing 63 in Tallahassee. You're seeing 59 in Monticello and 59 in Quincy. Quite a cold one, lower 60s, upper 50s. The temperature will be going down a little bit more as well. But for tomorrow morning, you're going to see a lot more muggy conditions as well as right now. You're seeing 55 for your dew point for Tallahassee, 58 in Monticello, 61 in St. Mark's. Remember, the closer the dew point is to the temperature, the more muggier and humid it would feel outside. Satellite radar shows a lot more overcast skies, what we saw yesterday. That is starting to slide its way out the capital city. So you're going to see a lot more sunnier skies going in late Wednesday, early Thursday. But for now, we're going to see a lot more overcast skies going to tonight into tomorrow morning. Like I said before, you're seeing a lot more humid, muggier conditions for Tuesday at 6 o'clock. When we go later on into Wednesday, you're seeing a lot more cooler conditions, a lot more cold air starting to come out the north, starting to bring us a lot more cooler air. So it's going to be quite a cold one for Wednesday into Thursday. All right, so you're seeing the next graphic, it's going to be a lot more clearer skies. But again, because that heat has all been trapped because of the overcast skies, you're going to see a lot more colder conditions going into Wednesday and into Thursday. The clouds do return on Thursday. You're seeing a lot more spotty showers in the area for Thursday. So about a 40% chance of rain. So make sure you grab your umbrellas if you have to go anywhere outside on Thursday. It might be quite a wet one for the capital city and much of South Florida and rest of Florida itself. For Wednesday, if you're going out on the beach, it's going to be winds north 10 miles per hour, surf 2 to 3 feet. So I wouldn't recommend going out for the beach. It's going to be quite a windy one. So make sure you have everything anchored down if you're going out on the beach. If you're going out on the water, winds, the same thing. Going to be north 10 knots, waves 2 to 3 feet. Protected water is going to be quite a light chop. So again, make sure you have everything anchored down. It will be quite a windy one going out on the water or going out to the beach. Sunday forecast is going to be muggy and wet conditions, a 20% chance of rain. You're already seeing a lot more lower temperatures, 50 in Tallahassee, 50 in St. Mark's, 51 in Monticello. So again, quite a cold one. And going in tomorrow, it's going to be quite a cool day. You're not going to see a lot as overcast that we saw the past couple of days. It is going to be 61 in Tallahassee, 60 in Quincy, 61 in Monticello. So again, it's going to be quite lower 60s going into Wednesday. It will be quite a muggy morning as well. You're going to see 51 for 8 a.m. Going into some clearing skies on at noon for 57 tomorrow. But again, it's going to see a warming trend going into Saturday and Sunday. And the rest of the week, it's going to be quite a lovely one going into MLK Day. But for now, let's take it back over to the desk with the lovely smiles at desk, Shane and Melanie.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, for the past half hour, we've been talking about how cold it's been all around, but we're going to be getting to see that the temperatures are going to be warming and it's going to be thawing.
Yes, the northern regions of the country are especially happy to hear this good news. For instance, Minneapolis and Chicago, by the end of this week, as warmer air moves up to the north, their temperatures are going to rise above freezing for the first time in 12 days.
That is pretty insane. Thankfully, though, our forecast is looking pretty nice. We just have that one hiccup Thursday to get past the rain, but then once we do get past that rain, we're going to be seeing a nice weekend into Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, it looks like beautiful weather for MLK Day weekend. We've got mid-60s, lows not all the way down at freezing, and sunshine abounding. That'd be a perfect time if you've got any projects early in the year or homework. Take them out on Landis. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and of course, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You can catch us on our live stream anytime at livestream.com/FSU Weather. So keep up on our social media. We will keep you updated, that is for sure.
Yes, you can also follow us on YouTube or Instagram. Shows are uploaded, and we welcome your weather pictures. Well, that's all we've got. Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday night.
I'm student meteorologist Melanie Steinberg.
And I'm student meteorologist Shane Pendleton. Have a great evening and go Noles.